Hey there, and welcome into Main Street Living. I'm Danielle Alvari.
Hey guys, I'm Quincy Carr.
I'm Cheryl Nelson. Happy to be here for another show. And guys, I got to tell you, last night I was on an airplane and I always have my music playing and I call it my airplane mix because my style, I'll admit, is sappy and it's full of soft rock songs that I just listen to on the airplane and it helps me go to sleep. It's so nice, but music really takes people back in time and you can celebrate it in so many different ways. What does music mean to you guys? Am I alone in this?
Well, first of all, kudos to you for being able to go to sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
Okay, I can never get
Well, I
past
can
the
sleep on a plane.
elbow and people walking past me. I can never enjoy my music.
Yeah, I feel like Quincy's probably heard really great music on all the cruises he's been all around the world. He's really heard a lot of different kinds of music, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I've enjoyed all different types, but my issue is being on the plane. See, here I go by humbugging again. Okay, being on the plane.
Can't be on the plane.
No.
Well, we, of course, today are still celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and I officially started celebrating by going to my first professional soccer game. We have Angel City here in Los Angeles, so that was a lot of fun. We'll get to hear about soccer today, and of course, everyone's favorite, tacos.
Oh
Yes.
wow. Wow. And another show on our YurView network called Que Pasa. They've been sharing the Hispanic culture for the last 12 years.
Ooh, and guys, there's nothing like handmade products. So we will introduce you to an entrepreneur who puts her own spin on authentic shoes and clothing. But first, we're going to discuss the music of different cultures and really try to get your toes tapping. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, as we continue our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, we're highlighting another new series that will be featured on YurView for the next several weeks. This time, ladies, focused on music.
Yes, and music is such a huge part of our lives, and it turns out that that is true no matter where in the world you live. So please welcome the producer of Music Voyager, Farook Singh, to the show. So good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you guys too.
So, Farouk, you are the producer of the Music Voyager series. Tell us exactly what we can expect to see in the show.
So it's an interesting angle we've taken. We've actually took an angle of saying, all right, if you're going to travel, that's great. God bless you. But the point being that if you actually got into the culture, I travel for food or travel for anything, but most people have never thought about traveling for music. And music goes back as ancient as food and anything else the humans have done as a cultural thing. So using that as a gateway, that became a big voice into entering a country where you're actually looking at it through music and you're looking at it, completely in a different context. And it's a boatload of fun, believe me.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a boatload of options as well. I mean, music is ingrained in every culture. So how do you choose where to go?
So that's interesting because what we do is we really try and focus on diversity firstly. Not only in how we actually portray the music, we've done things from like you saw the Colombian pieces, you've got Peru where we actually did the whole thing in the Amazon, which is pretty cool actually. And then we've got stuff from Israel to Turkey to Japan. When the tsunami hit, the Japanese government invited us on with Akira Kurosawa, who's this, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. He produced that incredible track. And we actually went back and the surviving kids that survived that tsunami, he taught them how to play that, and they played it for the kids that their friends that passed away. It was so there are moments like that a lot in every country.
And music is so moving, as you said. I mean, it could be celebratory. It could be something where everybody is really being sentimental over a loss. And so why do you think that music is such a big part of every culture?
I mean, a simple take is I ask you any song that you grew up with, and it plays on the radio, and it immediately takes you back.
Yeah.
It just puts you back in that spot. When as a kid you heard it, there might be fruits involved or travel involved, or mom and dad involved. It brings you back. Now imagine using that or employing, I shouldn't say using, but employing that emotion when you're traveling. I mean, how wrong can you go with that?
It's almost like music allows us to travel like that, but you've been to some actual destinations. So what are some of your personal favorites?
South America has always been a big one. The Latin sound is so pigeonholed, and it's wicked. It's beautiful. But the thing is, each region within Colombia had their own sound. Vallenato with Fonseca, or J Balvin on his apartment rooftop when he had just about started breaking. Aterciopelado, or any of these guys. Even in Peru, when we went to the Amazon, we were hanging out with the old cats from the 60s and 70s, my age, and Los Rambles, and you listen to them, and they've got surfer rock going on, and it's shocking because it's like, wow, we're on the Amazon. These guys are playing surf rock. In Morocco, they took us into the desert, the Merzouga deserts, and we were listening to the Tuareg, which is the guys wrapped in blue that the gypsies they ride across. They're playing blues, man. It was it was mind blowing to listen to them because their chord progressions and poof.
Isn't that so cool? Yeah,
it is. And it's in your backyard,
right?
If you truly, there's a really interesting thing that was asked of me. I was, hey, what does your city sound like? And if I ask any of you today, describe the sound of your city, you're going to get stumped because each city has a unique audio signature.
Wow.
That's the answer of Music Voyager.
It really does. And I was thinking about that too. I'm in Norfolk, Virginia, and I don't even think I can answer that question.
Exactly. I can't. Denver,
No.
I don't know what you're going to say. Country? No, it's not.
It's kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
And not only music, but even the sound of your city. New York sounds completely different than San Diego, than LA. It's completely different, but it's always pushed in the background. So what we're doing is we're bringing it to the front and saying, use your hearing, use your sense of sound, travel with that. It's going to be a completely different world.
It's so interesting, and I'm sure there's been some surprises. So what would you say has surprised you about our relationship to music since you've been producing these shows?
It's just how ingrained it is. It's literally, most of us consider a visual as our driving sense. If you shut your eyes in a room with people around you or whatever, and you're literally relying on the sense of sound, it becomes more prominent in a sense. And to answer your question, I mean, that is a relationship the humans have, with something. I mean, the Giro in West Africa, their entire history is sung. It's not written. It's sung. These guys are literally traveling musicians that go across to various households or this thing, and they carry the story, the history with them, and they are revered. It's a strange one. Muslims, there's a certain section that is not cool with music, but there's one section that's all they do. It's called Sufi. And that's their gig, and they are incredible, like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. All these guys are unbelievable because they don't sing in I'm a man, I'm going to sing in male. They switch, from male to female, and it's good. And they come seriously.
And it's just whatever is called for. Yeah.
Yeah, and the best way to express a certain expression can be maybe more accurate from a female's point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm inspired. How do we get I'm just kidding. How can viewers get more information or watch the shows?
Your channel for one. Otherwise, we have just finished our broadcast. We've done 135 countries. Sorry, 135 countries we've been broadcasting.
Wow.
We had 98% of every PBS home. So we were there for 9 seasons. Now we've put all that away and we're going to start fresh with brand new pieces across the world, So
well, thank you so much for enlightening us today and making us slow down and really just try to listen to the sounds of our city.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. All right, guys. You take care.
You too.
All right. Well, now we're going to go from hearing or playing music to playing football. Football, anybody? Let's get it going next. Welcome back into Main Street Living. Quincy, Cheryl, I don't know if I told you, but I finally got to go to my first professional soccer game the other day. Here in LA, we have Angel City football club, rather. And soccer just has a huge fan base from around the world. And here in the US, it feels like we're just starting to get on that bandwagon.
Yeah, Danielle, that's so true. In fact, when the San Diego Loyal Soccer Club launched in 2019, fan clubs popped up across the county to support their new home team.
Yes, and the passion of the Los Chavos De Loyal shines through both at the games and in the community. Check this out.
Los Chavos is the support group. We support San Diego Loyal Soccer Club. We basically are kind of like a barra style supporter group, kind of like a South American flavor from San Diego. Supporter culture, just especially because the sport is so big, it's worldwide. You have supporter culture that's different kind of styles. You have a European way of supporting South American. So what we wanted to bring is kind of like that South American, Mexican, Argentinian kind of culture here. We bring a different culture, so we bring obviously the Spanish chants, chants from the barrio. We bring that bombo, the repique. These are just drums that were used in South America.
So now that we have something for our very own, it's beautiful, and we can really manipulate it to be the way we want it to be, and to something that really represents us personally.
So before the game, we go and set up our trapos, which are our banners. We go to the stadium, put our drums in there, and then make sure everything looks good for game day.
So in the 109, we have currently 3 different supporter groups. We have ourselves, and then we have the locals, and then we have the Rainbow Loyals, which are our LGBTQ Pride supporter group. And between the 3 of us, we've decided to come together in that one section and really kind of blend and really kind of make one sound and one community that represents all of San Diego. When you play the drums and when you sing the songs, it does something for yourself.
Places that Chavos hang out at. Game day is for sure Def Brewing, pre-games for home games. Then we got away spots like Three Panqueos, we have Novo, Brazil, and we have Que Burros in National City.
We're a part of the community. We live here. I know for a fact that anything that's donated to us ever, whether it be backpacks, turkeys, Christmas gifts, anything like that, it's going back to the children, and we make sure of that. The backpack drive is something that's very fulfilling to me because last year we handed out 75 backpacks on Logan Avenue, and then come November we'll have our 3rd annual turkey drive, which will be giving out turkeys and all the fixings. Last year was our first big season together, and it was amazing. And it's been a building project from the beginning since I met these guys to now, but to see how much has grown from then to now has been amazing.
Chavos is definitely a family atmosphere. We invite everybody to come to the games, come chant with us. Even if you're not in the section, come watch the game. It's fun. Everybody's welcome.
Wow, did you ladies see that goal at the end? Look, there is nothing like a community coming together and cheering for their home team.
Yes, and they also find a way to give back to the community. I love that. And you can find out more about Los Chavos De Loyal fan club on their website, chavosdeloyal.com.
All right, guys, who's hungry? If you like Mexican food, you don't want to miss our next segment because it is taco time. Stay with us on Main Street Living. Welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, Quincy, we have a very important day coming up. And trust me, you're going to want to be prepared for this one. October 4th is National Taco Day.
Tacos. Delicious, customizable. You can eat it with your hands. Who doesn't love a taco? We know our next guest certainly does. Please welcome Taco Slayer, Will Mattox. Will, thanks for joining us on Main Street Living.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. It's nice to be here.
So, Will, you have a very unique mission to set a world record, and it involves tacos. What is the goal, and how is it going?
Well, I was trying to eat tacos for 1,000 days. I figured I could do it. It seemed easy enough, and then I hit 1,000 days, and I couldn't stop. So, at this point, I'm just keeping the streak going, and I don't know when it's going to end.
You don't know when it's going to end, Will. I have to tell you, I thought I was bad on Taco Tuesday when I just eat 4 or 5 tacos in one sitting. You are completely committed. Now, how did you come up with the idea, and do you just really love tacos that much, man?
I do love tacos. Tacos have been my thing for a long time. It was always the cool thing to get together with friends on Taco Tuesdays or Taco Thursdays or Taco Fridays or Taco Saturday. It was just a great time to get together with everybody, and that became my thing. I was the guy that always wanted to do the tacos, and when I had kids, that became our thing. We started hiking and going to the tops of peaks and having tacos, and then somebody said, "Man, if you're the taco slayer, you should really, slay tacos every day." So that's what I decided to do, and I just haven't stopped.
Wow.
So, do you go to a taco shop every day, or are you making them yourself at home?
About 90% at home. I've learned to cook. I've learned to barbecue, and basically any way that you could cook a taco, I've been trying to learn how. And then that 10%, I visit all my local taco shops. I make sure to support everybody, and we go on taco tours, and it's awesome. I love it.
Taco tours.
Okay, so Will, how far have you traveled to search for a great taco then?
Oh man, I've gone as far as Texas. The heartland of tacos, the birthplace of tacos there in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I've kind of been everywhere.
Well, so, over 1,100 days of tacos. What constitutes a taco here? Are there rules about what needs to be in it, or it can be anything wrapped in a tortilla?
That's a good question. And Webster's dictionary defines it as basically such. Anything in a folded tortilla. Proteins, vegetables. It's just so healthy. You can put anything in a taco.
Yeah. Well, see, this is what I think makes you a taco expert at this point. Okay. So what do you think makes a good taco? I need to know.
Well, honestly, love makes a good taco. There's something about when you go to a taco spot and people really put their heart and soul into their food. There's something about when I'm making it at home and I'm, just trying to please my family. Like, I love it. I love seeing the smiles on their faces or on my friends' faces, or the smiles outside the taquerias or the taco trucks. It's crazy. I don't know. I love it. It's love.
It's love. There's no other way to put it.
Speaking of love, do you have a favorite taco?
Ooh.
I do have a favorite taco. My favorite taco, this place is only open like 3 days a week. It's called Evil Cooks. It's in the city of Los Angeles. Some of the best tacos, some of the best people I've ever met in my life. And that really goes back to the question before. Love. These people, they put love into their food, and it's awesome. Evil Cooks.
So I gotta ask, what are some of your favorite or most unique tacos, and do you have any tacos there on hand that we could see?
Oh yeah, I love a good carnitas taco. I love a good al pastor taco, but I just happen to make some carne asada tacos. a little bit earlier. I don't know
Oh,
if you can see that deliciousness right there. Some homemade carne asada, some pico de gallo, some pinto beans in there, and then a fat scoop of the guacamole.
this guy,
Perfection. Couldn't even go through an interview without making a taco.
Come on.
I'm
Will, are
hungry.
there any unique kind of tacos that we wouldn't maybe expect or would be a taco?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Like, what's the weirdest thing you put in the tortilla this year?
Say that again.
What was the weirdest, maybe ingredient that you added to the tortilla this year?
I didn't know that octopus was it. You can make octopus tacos. I thought that was absolutely crazy, and I learned about that just this year. I tried my first one at Evil Cooks. Yeah, you can make anything a taco. I've seen hamburgers folded up into tacos. Sometimes people don't even use tortillas. They use pieces of meat, and then they make the taco within the piece of meat.
Taco. Okay.
Oh my God. So, I had never heard of this, but you were sad about the death of the Choco Taco.
Oh
Come on.
man, that was hard times. I didn't realize you were going to bring that up.
Do we need sad music?
Give me just a moment of silence or something. What I didn't realize is how many people love the Choco Taco.
Yeah.
And then that just made everybody want to make Choco Tacos at home and try to figure out their own thing. So that was almost a blessing in disguise. Thanks.
Yeah, don't sleep on dessert tacos is what I say. People forget. That's my kind of taco. This is going on obviously over 1,100 days straight. So how can viewers keep up with you to see how long this streak goes for?
You can check my website, tacoslayers.com. There's a link right there. And then my Instagram, that has it all. If you have any questions, you don't believe me, you can scroll back years to see all the tacos and everything that happens. I make sure to blog every single day. So.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, it was definitely a pleasure meeting you and seeing a person really enthusiastic about all the ways to eat or to even make a taco. So we wish you the best and continue to keep it going. It's 1,000+ days. That is wild.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Do you mind if I do this?
Take a bite.
Hey, National Taco Day, guys.
There you go. And there you have it, taking a bite out of it. Thank you so much for stopping by, Will. Wow, Danielle. Well, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. But after the short break, when we come back, we're gonna meet a very stylish entrepreneur. Okay, you don't want to miss that. Stay right there.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, ladies, every year we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, but sometimes it's hard to tell if we are actually making any progress towards becoming a more equitable society.
Yeah, and one place that we can see measurable results is in entrepreneurship. Latino entrepreneurs are starting small businesses faster than the rest of the population. And those Latino-owned businesses have a huge impact on the communities they serve.
Sandy Barajas is focused on making her community better, brighter, and a little more fashionable. Let's take a look.
Sandals is our local place to come. We carry a selection of dresses, hats, shoes. We initially started with shoes, and all of our items are made in Mexico. They're made by some of the best artisanos in Mexico, and they're all handmade. So we not only bring it to San Diego to share it with the community here, but we're also providing jobs for our neighbors in Mexico. So the story of Sandals starts with me traveling into Mexico back in 2011, and I remember one of the first places that I visited as an adult was Jalisco. Jalisco was just beautiful. I mean, they have the most amazing artwork, and I remember going into these galleries and seeing these big frames of portraits with just the color and the shoes, and I remember buying my first pair of shoes down in Jalisco. That was the initiation of Sandals. We started with the table, vending the shoes that I wore, and next thing I know is just I started to have people request other shoes and different styles, and we took off from that. But I also wanted to bring something more enlightening and more modern into the community, and that's where I began to get involved with some of my shoe designs. So some of my shoes that we carry here are actually designed by me. I chose the colors, the patterns, the soles of the shoes. A lot of our items actually come from Oaxaca and Chiapas, which is, to me, one of the best embroidery that you can find over there. Everything was made by hand. It wasn't a factory of machines making your items. It was actually women embroidering your stuff, artesanos with their shoes, making your shoes there. And to me, that was just fascinating, and that's how I fell in love with it. So I grew up in Barrio Logan, and unfortunately, I was not a very good role model growing up. I happened to get into the wrong crowds. So coming back to Barrio Logan years after on a positive note was very important to me, because I wanted to portray that you can be this bad, troubled teen, but you can also come back into this community and make an impact. Today, I just want to be able to be that positive voice in my community for the young girls and for my family, to see that there is always a tomorrow, that no matter what your past may be, no matter how ugly it was, you can always make it brighter. And we make it bright with our beautiful colors here at Sandals.
Wow, Danielle, Cheryl, you know the product is authentic when it's made by hand.
Yes, it's so pretty.
Yes, and it just is like literally a work of art that you can wear is what's so cool. So if you can't make it into the Sandals store in San Diego, you can shop their colorful collections on their website, sandsandals.net.
I'll have to check that out. Well, guys, we love sharing stories of helping people in need here on Main Street Living. And next, we'll travel to Rhode Island to learn how one group is helping their neighbors. Stay with us.
Welcome back into Main Street Living. As you know, Hispanic Heritage Month has many sides. We're celebrating cultural traditions, Hispanics who have made an impact on our society, and organizations that are working to make life better for Latinos and the community at large.
That's right, Danielle. In fact, one group in Rhode Island has been working for more than 40 years to help their Latino population achieve and thrive. Please welcome to Main Street Living, Mario Bueno from Progreso Latino. How you doing, Mario?
Great. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. That was like 4 O's in a row. Martino, Bueno, Progreso Latino. Now let's talk about another O, your organization, right? So Progreso Latino, they offer a wide variety of services. Give us an overview of some of those services.
Yeah, so we're a Latino-led organization. 90% of our staff speak 2 or more languages, so we have an international team. And we're a community organization, and we offer services from early childhood until older adulthood. And so it's an exciting time to be here with you. We offer important services, and we encourage the community to participate with us and to find solutions to problems in our community.
It's so important that you're doing that. And you obviously offer resources rather in many areas, but healthcare is a major focus for you. And you recently held a big health fair. So tell us about that event and what that was all about.
Yeah, so we're really, really proud of our wellness program at Progreso Latino. It started around 1980 to really help people, uninsured people in our community, and folks facing HIV at the time. And over time, we have grown. Our focus is having whole health, having everyone be in charge of their health, because we're all in charge of our health, so that we don't have to see the doctor, right? So we could eat healthy, exercise, live a social, healthy life. And so our program has grown, and we've tried to make the connections between what's traditional medical services and what the community has to offer. And that's what we're all about. And we try to cut through the barriers, language barriers, cultural barriers, isms, all of that. So, we're really proud that we have a lot of participation from immigrants here in our community and in our program. And that's making a difference in the health of our community.
Nice, nice. And you spoke a little bit about the fair, and I know it was obviously a great opportunity for people to receive care. But if someone missed it this year, you still offer many other healthcare services, or health services, I should say, all year, correct?
Yes, we're available year round. The fair is just, an activity that we do to stimulate involvement, and we do vaccinations and screenings, etc., at our fairs. So it's an opportunity to get to hard to reach communities, people who may be undocumented or may not be identified when they, with the current medical system. And, you can reach us anytime. You can go to our website at progresolatino.org and visit us, and you can connect with us. So we have cohorts in Spanish and other languages, where if you have, for example, diabetes or high blood pressure or any ailment, you can be part of a cohort and learn more about the disease, learn how to manage it. We have a chronic pain program, where if you're suffering through chronic health issues and you're suffering from pain, so you can manage that pain. So it's an opportunity for people to become connected with other people facing the same issues, learn something new, and live a healthier life.
Nice.
Almost like group therapy in a way, when you can relate to other people who have the same or similar struggles that you have. I mean, that's critical in people healing and coming together. So obviously you do a lot, but what would you say is the main goal of Progreso Latino?
So our main goal is helping individuals and groups of people to achieve their goals, and also to achieve their civic goals. So we're not in it alone. We're part of a neighborhood. We're part of a community. So we're manifesting and trying to send a message to our community members that if they have a talent, um, whatever it is, they can share it as part of our organization to help others. So one example is we have a Vita site, which is a volunteer income tax assistance program. And we have volunteers that learn the tax code, believe it or not. That's very frightening, but we have people from the community that come in and help others to fill out their tax forms. That's something very basic. We have an immigration program. The immigration system is very complex. So we have folks that are becoming residents, that are becoming US citizens. We also have citizenship classes. And, they could come over, join a class, get assistance in terms of navigating the immigration system. And so it's the same across the board. We're trying to help people make connections, be part of a community, and not only address their own needs, but look at everyone's needs. So if there's systems issues that we want to fix and work on, we're a voice for that as an organization.
Yeah, and just listening to you, talk about, connecting with the community and also providing resources for the community. I got to ask, because we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. So, what does it mean to you and your clients that you serve?
Everyone identifies with their heritage, right? Where you come from. You may have parents that come from one part of the globe, and your father may be from Africa, your mom may be from China, but we come from somewhere, right? And that helps us to form an idea or a belief about who we are, and it helps us to think about where we're going next, right? And so Hispanic Heritage Month is a time for people in the community to recognize and share who they are, what their customs are, what their traditions are. They're important to them, and what they eat, what they do every day.
Yeah.
And it's really sharing that with other people. And it's, sharing those traditions, acknowledging those traditions that are very important in the community. And that makes us be a richer community with more diversity, where we get to, it's a lot of fun
Right.
when you get to go to Black History Month, or,
Yeah.
Asian American History Month, and you get to learn about another culture. So it's all about that. It's about recognizing that yes, we are all different, but we're all part of humankind, right? And that's
Yes.
what's most important, that we value each one of every group, because we all are humans, And even though we may look different, speak a different language, we'll all have the same value.
Beautifully said.
We're all connected. We are all thriving together. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you mentioned how people can get in touch with you. We'll put that up at the bottom of the screen once again. We really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much, and have a great day.
You too, Mario.
Thank you. Oh, Q, that was good. And next on Main Street Living, how much Spanish do you know?
Not much.
Yeah, I know. I don't either. So we'll dive into ¿Qué pasa? After the break. Welcome back to Main Street Living. Quincy, Danielle, Americans lag far behind many other countries, with only about 20% of the population being able to hold a conversation in a language other than English. And sadly, I'm guilty of this too.
Wow. Well, Cheryl, even for those of us who wouldn't even consider ourselves bilingual, there's still a few words or phrases that most everyone can understand.
Yes, and one YurView show running in the Louisiana area is focused on showing us what's going on. That's ¿Qué pasa? Take a look.
I started the ¿Qué pasa New Orleans TV show because I felt like there was a need to showcase our culture, our music here in the area, in the New Orleans area, and also in Louisiana. So we've been able to combine the show with other different things like a festival. We do an annual festival where we showcase all the Latino culture that is present here in our area. This is the ¿Qué pasa Fest.
Bienvenidos, queridos amigos, a su programa ¿Qué pasa New Orleans?
My main role right now as editor of ¿Qué pasa newspaper that is now 5 years old is to put together a bilingual newspaper focusing on art, culture, and entertainment that complements our TV show that has been on the air for 12 seasons now. Mainly, I like to focus on things that are relevant to the Latino community, but also things that are happening in the non-Spanish speaking community so our community can learn about what's happening and kind of assimilate and bring together both cultures. The paper is bilingual, so you can read everything in Spanish or in English or in both languages if you wish. And it's very popular in our households because, as many of you may not know, we have multi-generations in Latino households that also are bilingual or monolingual sometimes.
So ¿Qué pasa is like a brand. It has a newspaper, it has a TV show, it has also the festival, and some theme nights that we also call ¿Qué pasa nights.
So Hispanic Flavor Productions, which is the producer of ¿Qué pasa, of the ¿Qué pasa brand, we 5 years ago started a Latin night here at the iconic Rock and Bowl in Mid-City, New Orleans. And tonight it's Javier Olondo and Nachison playing some Cuban classics, playing salsa, merengue, bachata just for you. Music is so important to our culture. Our Latino culture is all about happiness, dance, music, just kind of passing on that energy. And so it's very important that we maintain our roots and our music, and what a great place to do that here in New Orleans.
For us, it's very important to be part of this incredible community that's the community of Louisiana. This is now our home, and we feel that the Latino community now has a place in the culture of Louisiana.
Oh, guys, it looks like so much fun.
Yeah, Cheryl, I love visiting New Orleans, but we have to give a congrats to the ¿Qué pasa brand for keeping us moving and informed over the last 12 years.
Yes, and you can find more information about the ¿Qué pasa television show and newspaper on the website HispanicFlavorProductions.com, or find out when to see it right here on YurView on our website, YurView.com. But don't go anywhere. Straight ahead, más Main Street Living. Welcome back into Main Street Living, Quincy. Cheryl, love celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Let's do it again next week.
Absolutely. Let's do that. And don't forget about your tacos. You got many different ways to do that. And catch all our other episodes on our Cox Contour app as well.
You guys are making me hungry now. I really want a taco. Lots of fun there. And of course, we have brand new episodes of Main Street Living Mondays at 9 p.m. local time. So Quincy, Danielle, make sure you join us then as we take another stroll down Main Street. Do it, Q. Do it.